Good morning, students. Everyone happy? Yes. Had your breakfast? Yes. So, in the last day we saw development of chemistry, that is history of chemistry, how this chemistry is developed. So, continues the topic, we can see some of the story, that is the story. Okay. So, we will start from the Aristotle, what he did. Okay, who is Aristotle? What he did, we can see first. See, he is a Aristotle. See clearly, he is a Aristotle. So we can see what he did. See, this Aristotle, he did some investigation. That is the hypothesis. Basic hypothesis did by Aristotle. Start by Aristotle. So, he started some of the basic hypotheses. He is a Greek philosopher. And he started this air and water here. What are the fundamental elements are there? He started to find in the air and water what are the elements present in the air and water. Okay. So, in full this thought, believed by this Jabir ibn Hayyan. He believed Aristotle concept. So, this Jabir ibn Hayyan, he believed what Aristotle he did. So, okay. Then, once again, hypothesis, this is investigation about this chemistry. So, who started first? Aristotle. He started about this Aristotle started this investigation. What investigation? About the chemistry. He is a Greek philosopher. Then what he did? He did the investigation about the elements. What are the elements present in this air and water? Who believed this concept? Jabir ibn Hayyan. He is an Arab chemist. And also he is known as father of chemistry. And also he called father of chemistry. Then he introduced who? This Jabir ibn Hayyan. He introduced experiment. What we are doing in the lab. Okay, that is the experiment. Some of the experiment and scientific method and scientific study. He introduced. Who introduced? This Jabir ibn Hayyan. He introduced some of the experiment and scientific study. Once again, we can see from the first. After I will show this Jabir ibn Hayyan. See, basic hypothesis. Hypothesis means investigation. What investigation? Investigation about this chemistry. Who did this first? Aristotle. He started the investigation about this chemistry. He is a Greek philosopher. And what he did? He did some of the investigation about this air and water. Some of the content, some of the things. Elements. What are the elements present in these things? Then, who believed Aristotle thought? Aristotle concept? Jabir ibn Hayyan. He believed. He is an Arab chemist and also he is called as a father of chemistry. Who is father of chemistry? This Jabir ibn Hayyan. He introduced some of the experiment and also this scientific study. Then we can see these concepts and these things, how it's spread into other places. So we can see these are the concepts and these are the important themes, how it's spread into other places. So now I will show who is as Jabir ibn Hayyan. See, he is a Jabir ibn Hayyan. Yes, the next we see. Then this Aristotle thought and this Jabir ibn Hayyan thought, wherever it's spread, this alchemy. So we can see this alchemy, that is the chemistry. Alchemy, that is the chemistry. See, first, this alchemy was prevalent in ancient Egypt and China. So first this alchemy was prevalent in Egypt and China. Then it spread into Europe. So see, first this alchemy prevalent into old ancient Egypt and China. Then it spread into Europe. Then we can see our India, our ancient India. So now our modern India, what are the development happened, we know already. So in the ancient India, how it's happened, how is our India, we can see in the ancient India, it was a practiced. So our India mostly practiced as a system of medicine. So our India mostly it's a practice in medicine. So in our ancient India, mostly practiced, done the research, most of the things they done in the medicine. So in the ancient India, ancient time, it's called the Ayurveda. Now also we can hear this word Ayurveda. Yes. But no one believes that. Everyone go for in the English medicine. Yes. No one believes this Ayurveda. Not no one, most of them. So, in our ancient India, we have to appreciate them. In our Indian members, we have to appreciate them. Why? These Indian members, they are practiced mostly system of medicine. After that, it's called a Ayurveda. So, okay. Then we can see why we need to appreciate our India. Why we need to appreciate our ancient India. Why? To appreciate our knowledge of chemistry in order to in the olden times. That's ancient times. That is 7.2 meter iron pillar is there, you know, anywhere? It is in anywhere? Yes. It's near the Qutub Minar in Delhi. It's in Delhi near the Qutub Minar. It was there. The 7.2 meter iron pillar. It was there in the near Qutub Minar in Delhi. When it happened, Chandragupta II of Gupta dynasty. That means we can say now our chief minister. Who is your chief minister? Prime minister. The same thing in the olden days. These members are ruled our India. Chandragupta. See this. Now also it's remain smooth and shining for over 1600 years. So 1600 years. Now also it was smooth. It is smooth and shining. So the 7.2 meter of iron pillar. It's near the Qutub Minar in Delhi. When during the Chandragupta period, Now also it's smooth and shining. Why? 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 The pillar made up of pure iron and high, more phosphorus and less amount of carbon, sulfur, magnesium. Carbon, sulfur, magnesium. So see our some of the ions we know in our home windows somewhere it was there. It will react with oxygen, or when we are pouring the water unknowingly, it will get rust. But in this pillar, it was an outside. It can react with oxygen, yes, or then any other water, whatever it is. But still now it was not rust, because that is the pure ion with high content of phosphorus, low content of carbon, sulfur and magnesium. So for that only we need to appreciate our old ancient India. So we need to appreciate our ancient India. Now we can see the iron pillar. See, this is the iron pillar. It is in Delhi near the Qutub Minar. Most of them you saw already. Yes? Yes. See, we can see now some of the chemists, scientists, some of the notable scientists. Okay, not only all the scientists, we can see some of the notable scientists. Today we can learn about 5 scientists, because so many scientists are there. So chemists or scientists or persons engaged in a chemical research or experiment. Some of the notable chemists, some of the notable important chemists we can see. There first we can see this Antony Lavoisier. See, he is Antony Lavoisier. See this Antony Lavoisier, he is a French chemist. His period is 1743 to 1794. Okay, we can see. See this Antony Lavoisier, his period is 1743 to 1794. He is a French chemist. His rules is naming the compound. It means this naming the compound means we know already. H means hydrogen. Then CO2 means carbon dioxide. Or H2O means water. How we naming this compound? Because of this Antony Lavoisier concept, rules of Antony Lavoisier, we are naming the compound. Okay, this is the rule of Antony Lavoisier. Then we can see John Dalton. His period is 1766 to 1844. This period is 1766 to 1844. He is an English chemist. What he introduced? John Dalton, atomic theory, modern atomic theory. We know the atom. What is atom? Only one hydrogen or small particles combined to make an atom. For example, hydrogen. Some of the theory about this atomic or atom, he did some of the rules. That is the atomic theory. Who introduced the atomic theory, modern atomic theory? John Dalton. Today it's these 2 chemists enough, because so we can see in the next class, in the others 7 or 8 chemist is there. So you can learn what I taught. We can see in the next class. Thank you.